Hello guys, Ahmed Danasen. This is a new channel and I hope you will follow it, subscribe and share with us our views. Something happened last week. The President of the Republic of Kenya summoned a meeting of the Mount Kenya region leadership. And it is rumored in that meeting that the President advised them against the impeachment of the Deputy President. Now, I do not want us to delve much about what transpired in the meeting, but I want us to look deep into why our deputy president is to be impeached. Is it to our benefit or their own benefit? The members of parliament. Remember, the members of parliament are our representatives. They should represent us. Whatever they do is for us, not for them. Is the impeachment of our deputy president in our benefit? The constitution is very clear about the impeachment of the deputy president. Let's see if their reasons adds up to what the constitution dictates. Number one reason for our deputy president to be impeached is his famous call, one man, one vote, one shilling. According to his detractors or his critics, that call is too tribal and regional based, while they expect our deputy president to be a national leader. But I beg to differ. I believe that that same policy is somehow still being used in our country, if not for the fact that it has been watered so much by the same leaders in parliament. In 1994, a policy seasonal paper number 10 was passed in parliament. This paper was produced by our young men then, led by Tom Joseph Mboyandiege. Part of it talked about concentrating resources in more productive areas, more productive regions to raise the revenue. So you can use part of that revenue to develop less productive areas or the areas which are lagging behind. Me personally, I don't see anything wrong with that policy because that policy is the perfect policy for our country. And I don't understand why other leaders are against it. I don't see anything tribal in it. I don't see anything regional in it. Our country, we take census often. And what is the reason of knowing the population of the area, of the country? One man, one vote, one shilling talks about the people. It is the people who are being governed. We raise taxes for the people. We raise taxes from the people. Everything revolves about the people. I want to give you a very good example. A man has 3 wives. One wife has 10 children. The second one has 2 children. And the third one has no child at all. At the end of the month, this man sends 10,000 shillings each to the wives for upkeep. According to Gachagua, that is unfairness. But according to our legislatures, that is fairness. Now, the ball is in your court yourself. Think, is this husband doing fairness or equality to his wives or to his family? The same thing the woman without a child is going to do with the 10,000 shillings per month is the same thing the woman with 10 children is going to do with the same amount of money to feed. The one with the 10 children is having 11 mouths to feed. The one with no child is having only 1 mouth to feed. If you take these people to the farm, the one with 10 children will do much work to produce more in the farm than the one without a child. Ask your leaders, why would they reject one man, one vote, one shilling? I don't come from Central Kenya. I come from Nyanza. Central Kenya is where they are calling for this. But I come from Nyanza, but I know that even in Nyanza, that call is the best call for our country. Not for Nyanza, not for Coast, not for anywhere, but for our country. So if that is why the deputy president is to be impeached, then I beg to differ. The second reason why they want to impeach him is the rumors that the deputy president rejected Finance Bill 2024-2025 before it was taken to Parliament, that he advised the president and the cabinet to amend it first. Now, I do not see anything wrong in that. I do not see any sin in that. In fact, the deputy president performed his duty. Remember, in the constitution, the only duty, the only one, is advice to the president. Nothing more. He has no ministry, he has no duty apart from advising the president accordingly. So if he had advised the president to reject the bill or to amend the bill, and if the president would have followed the advice of his principal assistant, maybe it would have not come to the point where he was to reject his own bill. So according to me, the deputy president performed his duties. The people who did not perform theirs is parliament, who went ahead to pass the bill which was later rejected by the president. So the parliament failed. So if we have to impeach someone here, we have to impeach parliament because they failed. The bill they passed was rejected by the president. The third reason, it is rumored that the deputy president is the architect and the financier of the Gen Z movement. And I beg to differ too. If people doesn't know how Gen Z movement started, they should wake up now. If we were talking about this topic some weeks before, it would have been proper. But today, it is common knowledge, it is seen who was behind the Gen Z movement. It's about tactics. Option A, option B, option C, option D. The option of putting more commissioners in the IBC failed. So there was option B. The Supreme Court also failed. So there was C. The Maandamano, it also failed. So there was D. The Gen Zs. Unfortunately. Now, the deputy president is not part of the Gen Zs. The Gen Zs was never rudderless, was never headless, was never tribalist, was never leaderless. They had all the leaders. Maybe if I'm wrong, ask yourself what happened to Nane Nane. It died naturally. ODM and Raila Odinga were the architects and the moneybags for the Gen Z movement. Point number 4, share in government. It is very wrong for Kenyans if the deputy president was asking for shares or positions for his region in a government he championed. But it is not wrong for Kenyans when the opposition are given slots and they start fighting for shares. When the government gave the opposition 7 slots, ODM and Raila Odinga took 4 without consulting his coalition members. Why was he taking 4? Because ODM has more shares in Azimio than any other party. Take the 4 slots for ODM, divide it to the region they have support. Coast got 1, Western 1, Nyanza 2. Why 2 for Nyanza? Because Nyanza has more shares in ODM. Let's go a bit down. In Nyanza, we have the Luo community, the Kisii community, the Kuria community, and other small tribes. But the Luo take all the slots, 100%. Why is that? The Luo community has more shares in ODM from Nyanza than any other community. Now, it is wrong for the deputy president to ask for shares in the government he championed himself. But it is right for Raila Odinga to take shares in the government he rubbished. Give our deputy president some break. And to go a bit further, why is this call about the deputy president and the president running a government which does not picture the whole nation? You know, before the new cabinet, let's talk about the cabinet that went home. The president had 2 cabinet slots for Nyanza, and one was from Luo and another one from the Kisii. And now Raila took the 2 and he gave all of it to the Luo community. He gave all of it to the Luo community. He did not see the Kisii, he did not see the Kuni. Let's take point number 5. The deputy president refused to back the so-called government of national unity. Is it national unity or broad-based? So the deputy president refused to back or to support the broad-based government. Which broad-based government? For which people? Who sanctioned it? the Mama Mboga, the hustlers? Who sanctioned it? I think if there's an institution that should be impeached in this country, is the institution of parliament. These people are hiding behind our deputy president after they have failed in their work. First of all, you must know something. If the deputy president has called for one man, one vote, 1 shilling, it will never become law until it goes to parliament. So what's the fuse about it? If somebody is giving us draconian laws, it is not the executive, it is parliament. The executive proposes, parliament passes. So who is lying to us?